My name is Helena, I'm Louisa's mum, and I'm going to make donuts today. Normally in Polish tradition we make them on Fat Thursday, which is like tomorrow, but you know, Louisa requested today, so here you are. Anyway, so here are the ingredients. First of all, you need almost a kilo, that's what I'm using anyway, of plain flour. About 6 yolk of eggs plus 2 whole eggs, 100 grams of butter, or more or less, and 100 grams of yeast, 3 tablespoons of sugar, and about a pint of warm milk. You've got to put some in a cup to make yeast mixture, and that's what I'm going to do in a minute. Also, you need about, I would say, 2 tablespoonfuls of alcohol. That's for later.
Which alcohol is it?
Any vodka. Vodka is good, plain vodka. Okay, so first thing I'm going to make the yeast mixture. Yeast. Can I say
Yeast.
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 Not west, but east.
Yeast.
Anyway,
Yeah.
so here it is. These are fresh yeast, and you can actually use dried yeast if you want to. So 1 sachet would do. If there are too many things here for you, I mean too much of the ingredients, you can half them. Basically, you can have half a kilo of flour, then, and instead of 8 eggs, you can have just 4 eggs or 5. So yeast mixture, this is the important bit. So crumble that in a pot, like that. Add a teaspoon of sugar, about a teaspoon of flour, tablespoon of flour, yeah, and warm milk, which I've prepared earlier. So I took some of that milk into this cup, and that goes in here, yeah. So what you do now is just basically mix it like that, you know, it's sort of quite thick and strange smelling mixture. And what you do now, don't forget the milk has to be warm, like lukewarm. Yeah? So you put that mixture somewhere warm, preferably maybe on a warm stove, not too hot, mustn't be too hot, because you know, that will take 10 minutes for the mixture to grow, to rise. Yeah. So next thing, I'm going to put sugar into the eggs and just basically mix them well. In the meantime, whilst the yeast mixture is rising, I'm going to melt the butter. So I've got all the things prepared. So that should be liquid form. So this is the next stage, and that's what the yeast mixture should look like. It has risen sort of double or triple in size. Okay, so what we're going to do, add a pinch of salt to flour, pinch or 2. Then the yeast mixture. Okay. Then the eggs and sugar. So mix that again. Okay. You can make sure everything goes out of the bowl by adding some more milk. So next thing, you add most of the melted butter. You leave about 2 tablespoons in the bowl for later. Okay, like that. Now it's mixing time. So first of all, don't forget to wash your hands before you put them in the bowl. Okay. All right. And You can start mixing.
Yeah.
I know. Let's see what it feels like. How much milk you could add to it. Because sometimes you don't have to use the whole. Depends on the size of the eggs and, you know, butter and everything. You can, I think a little bit more is needed. Okay. I've been working on it for about, I would say, 7 minutes. You can do it for longer. But what you need to look for is the dough comes off the sides of the bowl on your hand as well. So it's much smoother now. You see, it's sort of coming off the hand much easier. At this stage, you need to add the rest of the butter. That'll make it very smooth.
Silky soft.
Silky soft. And alcohol. Woo! Alcohol stops donuts from absorbing fat. That's why we add it.
So if I drank more alcohol, would I not absorb fat?
That's a good thought.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that experiment. See, the bowl is getting clean, and that's what you should aim to achieve. Okay, look, that's what it should look like. A little bit of flour at the top, not much, like that. Cover it with a clean cloth and put it in one place. I usually put it next to the radiator. That will take about, I would say, more than an hour and a half to rise. So it has to double in size. So now you've got the time to sit down and relax. Perhaps watch Louisa's show. What would Beyonce do on BBC iPlayer?
Yeah!
Go for it. That's what I'm going to do for the 3rd time. So let me wash my hands and I'll see you later when this is ready. After the show.
Yay!
Look at this. Put it on the table.
Did you enjoy my show?
It was lovely, yes. Yes, I watched it so many times already. Well, I watched you live and I watched on BBC iPlayer. I think it's great. I think more people should see it. Not just young women, but you know, I think it's perfect for men, for women my age, younger, older. Well, maybe not so much older, because when you talk about sex, I'm not sure
I love it.
what they'll think. Anyway, so you sprinkle some flowers. What I've done here, I put some tea towels on the worktop and then some greaseproof paper on top. That's just to basically not to be too messy on the table. So you need to tip it over like that. See what the mixture looks like. Okay. You do need some extra flour for this, otherwise it will get sticky. Okay. So spread it out like that. So it's about, I would say, I don't know, 2 centimeters thick. And I'm going to make some plain donuts and some with strawberry jam.
Plain for me, please.
You like plain ones, don't you? So basically what you need is a cutter like this, but you can easily use a glass or small glass or a cup and just do it like this. Cut it. So these are plain ones, so I'm going to put them here. Making them with jam, so I could perhaps put some on the dough like this. Cover it up. And cut them like that.
These for?
For about 20 minutes, no more. until they double in size. Brown. Okay, so take that off. And they're ready to fry. So you've got to have about 1 liter of oil in a pan like this. Obviously you have to be very careful with oil. Because
Which oil?
Vegetable oil, or you know. So first I'm going to fry the ones without jam, because they'll fry quicker. And there you are, like that. Oil enough here. So I usually put the lid on and just wait until they cook.
How long?
Well, I don't know. Until they look brown. Well, sometimes you might need to turn over twice, you know. I think they are ready. I'm going to take these out. Okay, like that. Be careful with oil, it's very hot. The ones that are ready have to be coated with ice and sugar, just like that. Donuts. They are delicious, I must say. Try one.
Yeah, I'll have this one. Oh, yummy.